Proceed, Sir Linus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death in woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke excludes all pity from our threatening looks.
It hath in solemn synods been decreed, both by the Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay, more, if any born at Ephesus come to any Syracusan marts or fairs, again, if any Syracusan born come to the bay of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate, to the duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance valued at the highest rate cannot exceed 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort, when your words are done, my woes in likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusan, say in brief the cause why thou departedst from thy native shore, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
In Syracuse was I born, and wed unto a woman happy but for me, and by me too, had not our hap been bad. With her I lived in joy, our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamnum, till my factor's death and the great care of goods at random left drew me from kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months long, before herself, almost at fainting under that pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provision for her following me and soon and safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became the joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and, which was strange, the one so like the other as could not be distinguished but by names. That very hour, and in the self-same inn, a meaner woman was delivered of such a birth, male twins, both alike. They, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motions for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidamnum had we sailed before the always wind-obeying me gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death. The sailors sought for safety by our boat and left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him unto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him, one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I fastened ourselves at either end the mast, and floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried towards Corinth, as we thought. At length the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us. The seas waxed calm, and we discovered 2 ships from afar making amain to us, of Corinth that, of Epidaurus this. But ere they met, oh, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by that went before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so. For we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Had the gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon our helpful ship was splitted in the middle. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind. And in our sight, they three were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length, another ship had seized on us. Thus have you seen me severed from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate it full what hath befallen of them and thee till now.
At 18 years, my youngest son, and yet my eldest care, became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in quest for him. Five summers have I spent in furthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward, came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought all that or any place that harbors men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death could all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegean, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me, were it not against our laws, against my oath, my crown, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul should sue as advocate for thee. But though thou art a judge unto the death, yet will I favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus. Beg thou or borrow to make up the sum and live. If, no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegean wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Go out the tour of the Vidamno, lest that your goods too soon be confiscated. This very day a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for arrival here, and not being able to buy out his own life, according to the statute of the town, dies ere the weary sun set in the west. Here is your money that I had to keep.
Go, bear it to the centaur where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour 'twill be dinner time. Till that I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn, for with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word and go indeed, having so good a mean.
A trusty villain, sir, that oft when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jest. What, will you walk with me about the town and then go to my inn and dine with me?
Oh, sir, I am invited to certain merchants, of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon at 5 o'clock, please you, I'll meet with you upon the mart, and afterward consort with you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content commends me to the thing that I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop. Falling there to find his fellow forth unseen, inquisitive confounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Now here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How canst thou return so soon?
Return so soon? Rather approach too late. The capon burns. The pig falls from the spit. The clock has struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made a 1 upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. But we that know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
Oh, 6 I had a Wednesday last to pay the saddler for my mistress Crupper. The saddler had it, sir. I kept it not.
I am not in a sportive humor now. Tell me and dally not. Where is the money?
We
being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
Oh, I pray you jest as you sit at dinner. I from my mistress come to you in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will score your fault upon my pate. Methinks you're more like mine should be your clock and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Dromio, come, these jests are out of season. Reserve them till a merrier hour than this. And tell me, where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
Gold to me? Why, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, Sir Knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was to fetch you from the mart home to your house, the Phoenix, sir, to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am a Christian, answer me in what safe place you have bestowed my money, or I'll break that merry sconce of yours that stands on twixt when I am undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hast of me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you. If I should pay your worship those again, perchance you will not bear them patiently.
Thy mistress, Marks. What mistress slave hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix. She that doth fast till you come home to dinner and prays you will hie you home to dinner.
What, wilt thou flop me thus in the face, being forbid? There, take you that,
Oh!
Sir Knave.
Oh, what mean you, sir? For God's sake, hold your hands, man. You will not, I'll take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, that villain is overwrought of all my money. They say this town is full of cousinage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark-working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and many such like liberties of sin. If it proves so, I'll be gone the sooner. I'll to the centaur to go seek this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned, and in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, 'tis 2:00.
Perhaps some merchant hath invited him, and from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine. And never fret, a man is master of his liberty.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out a door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, he is the bridle of your will.
There's none but asses will be bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye but hath his bound. In earth and sea and sky, the beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowls are their mailed subjects and at their controls. Man more divine, the master of all these, Lord of the wide world and the wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls, are masters to their females, are their lords. Then let your will attend on their accord.
This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
Patience unmoved. No marvel though she pause, they can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry, but were we burdened with like weight of pain, as much or more we should ourselves complain. So thou, that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience would relieve me.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Here comes your man. Now is your husband nigh?
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Nay, he's at 2 hands with me. That my 2 ears can witness.
Say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye, he spoke his mind upon mine ear. Beshrew his hand. I scarce could understand it.
Spake he so doubtfully thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly I could too well feel his blows. And withal so doubtfully I scarce could understand them.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, sure, mistress, my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
Oh, I mean not cuckle mad, but sure he is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. The meat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come home, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Where is the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I, doth burn. My gold, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Hang up thy mistress, out on thy mistress. I know not thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Quoth my my master. I know, quoth he, no house, no wife, no mistress, so that my errand due unto my tongue, I thank him, I bear home upon my shoulders. For in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Go back again, thou slave, and fetch thy master home.
Go back again and be new beaten home? For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I'll break thy pate across.
And he will bless that cross with other beating. Between you I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
Oh! My surround with you is you with me, that like a football you do spurn me thus. You spurn me hence, and he will spurn me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
Fie, how impatience loureth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace, whilst I home starve for a merry look. Hath homely age alluring beauty took from my poor cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Why, my discourse was dull, barren my wit. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? That's not my fault, he's master of my state. I know his eye doth homage other wares, else what lets it but it would be here. Sister, you know he promised me a chain. Would that alone a love he would detain, so he would keep fair quarter with his bed. I see the jewel best enameled shall lose his beauty, and though gold bides still let others touch, yet often touching will wear gold, and no man that hath a name but falsehood and corruption doth it shame. Since that my beauty cannot plead his I'll wake what's left away, and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealous eye.
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe with the centaur, and the heedful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and mine host report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mart. See, here he comes. How now, sir, is your merry humor altered? If your love strokes, so jest with me again. You know no centaur. You received no gold. Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner, and my house was at the Phoenix. Wast thou mad that thus so madly thou didst answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt and told me the mistress in a dinner, for which I hope thou feltst I was displeased.
I'm glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Yea, wilt thou jeer and flout me thus in the teeth? Thinkst thou I jest? There, take you that and that.
Oh, sir, for God's sake! Now you're just as earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it me?
Because that I sometimes do chat with you and use you for my fool, your sauciness will jest upon my love and make a common of my serious hours. If you will jest with me, know my aspect and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I'll beat this method in your sconce.
Sconce call you it, so you would leave battering. I'd rather have it ahead. And you use these blows long, I must get a sconce to my head and ensconce it too, or else I shall seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Should I tell you why?
Aye, sir, and wherefore? For they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first for flouting me, and then wherefore for urging it the second time to me.
Was there any man thus beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore there's neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Marry, sir, for that something you gave me for nothing.
Oh, I'll make you amends next and give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
No, sir. I think the meat wants that I have.
In good time, sir. What's that?
Basting.
Then, sir, it will be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Lest it make you choleric, and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
I durst to deny that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, sir, by a rule as plain as the plain bald pate and Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
He has to pay a fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a niggard of hair, being as it is so plentiful in excrement?
Because it is a blessing that he bestows upon beasts, and what he hath scanted men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why, but there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man of those, but he hath the wit to lose his hair.
Why, thou didst conclude to hairy men, plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer, the sooner lost. Yet he loseth it in a kind of jollity.
For what reason?
For two, and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones then?
Nay, not sure in a thing falsing.
Certain ones then?
Name them.
The one to save the money that he spends in tiring, the other that at dinner they should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have proved there is no time for all things.
Marion did, sir. Namely, no time to recover hair that's lost by nature.
But your reason was not substantial why there was no time to recover.
Thus I mend myself. Time himself is bald, and to the world's end will have bald followers.
I knew it would be a bald conclusion. Nip it soft, 2 wafts of yonder.
I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspect. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou on nerves wouldst vow that never words were music in thine ear, that never object pleasing in thy sight, that never touch welcome in thy hand, that never meet sweet savor in thy taste, unless I looked or spake or touched or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband, or how comes it that thou art thus estranged from thyself? Do not tear thyself away from me. How dearly would it touch thee to the quick shouldst thou but hear I were licentious? Wouldst thou not spit at me and spurn me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring and break it with a deep divorcing vow?
Plead you to me, fair dame? Why, I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old. As strange unto your town as to your talk, who every word by all my wit being scanned, what wit and all one word do understand.
Fie, brother, how the world is changed with you. When will you want to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio? By me?
By thee, and this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman?
Aye, sir, I never spake with her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for even her very words did thou deliver to me on the mark.
I never saw her before in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration.
How ill it agrees with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my move.
To me she speaks. She moves me for a theme. What, was I married to her in my sleep? Or sleep I now and think I hear all this? What error drives our eyes and ears amiss? Well, until I prove this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Romeo, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads! Advance me for a sinner! This is a fairyland! Oh, spite of spites, we talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breaths, or pinch us black and blue.
Why pratest thou to thyself and answerest not, Dromio? Thou drone, thou slug, thou snail, thou son?
Master, I am transformed, am not I?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
Nay, master, both in mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am innate.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
Tis so I am an ass. She rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis true I am an ass, else it could not be, but I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come. No longer will I be a fool to put the finger in the eye and weep whilst man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Romeo, keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today and shrive you of 1,000 idle praise. Sirrah, if any ask you for your master, say he dines forth, and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Romeo, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised, known unto these and to myself disguised. Oh, say as they say, and persever so. In this mist that all adventures go.
Master, shall I stand porter at the gate?
Aye, and let no man enter lest I break your pate.
Come, Antipholus, we dine too late.
Good, Signor Angelo. You must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here is a villain that would face me down. He met me on the mart, and that I beat him. And that I charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and that I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, thou, what dost thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. That you beat me at the mart. I have your hand to show. If skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Oh, Mary, so it doth appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should kick being kicked, and being at that pass you'd keep from my heels and beware of an ass.
You are sad, Signor Balthazar. Pray God our cheer may answer my goodwill and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and you're welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, either with flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common, that every churl affords.
And welcome more common, for that's nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
Aye, to a niggardly host and more sparing guest. But though my cates be mean, take them in good time. Better cheer may you have, but not with better heart. Sop, my door is locked. Go bid them let us in.
Maud, Bridget, Marian, Cicely, Gillian, Gin.
Mom, Morthos, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot, Patch. Either get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for wenches that thou callest with such store when one is too many? Go, get thee from the door.
What Patch has made our porter? My master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold in his feet.
Who talks within there? Who open the door?
Right, sir. I'll tell you when, and you tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner I have not dined today.
Nor today here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me out of the house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir. And my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. The one there got me credit, the other mickle blame. If thou'dst been Dromio today in my place, thou'd have changed thy face for a name, or thy name for an ass.
What is there, Dromio? Who are those at the gate?
Loose, let my master in.
Faith, no, he comes too late. So tell your master.
Oh, Lord, I must laugh. Haven't you with a proverb? Shall I set in my staff?
Haven't you with another? That's quit. Can you tell?
If thy name be called Luce, Luce, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear, you minion? You let us in, I trow.
I thought to have asked you.
And you said no.
Thou baggies, let me in.
And you tell for whose sake?
Master, lock the door hard.
Let him knock till a day.
You'll cry for this minion if I beat the door down.
What needs all that with a pair of stocks in the town? Who is that at the door keeps all this noise?
By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife, surname? Go, get you from the door.
If you went in pain, master, this knave would go sore.
Here is neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We should fain have either. In debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
Master, they stand in the street. Bid them welcome hither.
There is something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You would say so, master, if your garments were thin. Your cake is warm within, and you stand in the cold. It'd make a man as mad as a buck to be so bought and sold.
Go fetch me something. I'll break open the gate.
Breaking here, and I'll break your knees, Page.
A man may break a word with you, sir, and words are but wine. Aye, and break it in your face if he break it not behind.
It seems thou wants breaking. Out upon thee, hind.
Here's too much out upon thee. I pray thee, let me in.
Aye, when fowls have no feather and fish have no fist.
Well, I'll break in. Go borrow me a crow.
A crow without a feather. Master, mean you so? For a fish without a fin, there's a fowl without a feather. If a crow help us in, Sirrah, we'll pluck a crow together.
Go get thee gone, fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Herein you war against your reputation. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and about evening come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint. If by strong arm you offer to break in now in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and in spite of mirth mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty, witty, wild, and yet too gentle. There will we dine. This woman that I mean, my wife, but I protest without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To her we will to dinner. Good sir, get you home and fetch the chain by this I know 'tis made, and bring it, I pray you, to the Porpentine, for there's the house. That chain will I bestow, be it nothing but to spite my wife, upon mine hostess there. Good sir, make haste. Since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere, to see if they'll disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place of our hint.
Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office. Shall Antipholus hate, even in the spring of love, thy love springs rot? Shall love in building grow so ruinate? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake use her with more kindness. Or if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle thy false love with some show of blindness. Let not thy sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thine own shame's orator. Look sweet, be fair, become disloyal tie. Apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence, though thy heart be tainted. Teach sin, the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret faults, what need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to true it with your bed, and let her read it in thy looks that board. Shame hath a bastard fame well managed. Ill deeds are doubled with an evil word. Alas, poor women, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit on mine. Lest in your knowledge and your grace you show not that our earth's wonders more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthy gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your word's deceit. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Well, transform me then, into your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy raven hairs, and as a bed I'll take them and there lie. And in that glorious supposition think, he gains by death that has such a means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What, are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How, I do not know.
It is a thought that springeth from your eye.
From gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by.
Case where you should, and that will play your sight.
It's good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me, love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself. Mine own self's better part. Mine eye's clear eye, and my dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim. My soulless heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is.
Call
How
thyself,
should be.
call thyself sister sweet, for thee I aim. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft, sir, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
What? Oh, now, Dromio, why runnst thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
No, I am an ass. I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man, and how beside thyself?
Marry, sir, besides myself, I am due to a woman. One that claims me. One that haunts me. One that will have me.
What claim lay she to thee?
Marry, sir, such a claim as your lady a horse. And she would have me as a beast. Not that I, being a beast, she would have me, but that she, being a very beastly creature, lays claim to me.
What is she?
A very reverent body. Aye, such a one as a man may not speak of without he say, Sir Reverend. I have but lean luck in the match, and yet she's a wondrous fat Mary.
Well, how dost thou mean a fat Mary?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease. And I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and the tallow in them will burn a Poland winter. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
And what complexion is she of?
Swart like my shoe, but her face like nothing so clean kept. For why she sweats, and a man may go over shoes and a grime of it.
Why, that's a fault that water will mend.
No, sir, 'tis ingrained. Noah's flood could not do it.
What is she? What's her name?
Nell, sir. But her name in 3/4. That's an L and 3/4. Will not measure her from hip to hip.
Then she bears some bread.
I'm no longer from head to toe than from hip to hip. She's spherical like a globe. I could find out countries in her.
In what part of her body stands, iron?
That is, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bog.
Where's Scotland?
I found it by the Baroness, hard in the palm of her hand.
Where, France?
In her forehead, armed and averted, making war against her heir.
Where, England?
I looked for chalky cliffs, but I could find no whiteness in them. But I guess it stood in her chin by the salt ruin that ran between France and it.
Where's Spain?
Oh, faith, I saw it not, but I felt it hot in her breath.
Where, America, the Indies?
Oh, sir, upon her nose, all embellished with rubies, carbuncles, sapphires, declining their rich aspect to the hot breath of Spain, who sent whole armados of carracks to be ballast at her nose.
Where, Belgium, the Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, this drudge, or diviner, laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, told me what privy marks I had about me, as the mark on my shoulder, the mole on my neck, and the great wart on my left arm, and that I, amazed, ran from her as from a witch. And I think, if my breast had not been made of faith and my heart of steel, she'd transform me to a curtal dog, and made me turn in the wheel.
Go I thee presently, post the road. If the wind blow any way from shore, I'll not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the mark, where I will walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge back and be gone.
As from a bear a man would run for life, so fly I from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here. Therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, possessed of such a gentle, sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me traitor to myself. But lest myself be guilty to self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against this mermaid song.
Master Antipholus. Master Antipholus.
Aye, that's my name.
Aye, sir, I know it well. Lo, here is the chain. I thought to obtain you at the Porpentine. The chain unfinished bade me stay thus long.
Well, what is your will that I shall do with this?
Why, what please yourself, sir, I made it for you.
Made it for me? I bespoke it not.
Not once, not twice, but 20 times you have. Go home and please your wife withal, and soon at supper time I'll visit you. Then receive my money for the chain.
Well, I pray you receive your money now, lest you ne'er see chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
What I should think of this, I cannot tell. But this I think, there's no man is so vain would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here need not live by shifts, when in the street he meets such golden gifts. I'll to the mart and there for Dromio stay. If any ship put forth, then straight away.
You know, since Pentecost the sum is due, and since I have not much importion due, nor no I had not, but that I am bound to Persia and want guilders for my voyage. Therefore, make present satisfaction, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe you is growing to me by Antipholus. In the instant that I met with you, he had a chain of me.
At 5 o'clock I shall receive the money for the same. Please, if you walk with me down to his house, I will discharge my bond and thank you too.
That labor may you save. See where he comes.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go thou and buy a rope set. That I will bestow among my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my doors by day. But soft, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone, buy thou a rope and bring it home to me.
I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope.
A man as well hold up the trust to you. I promised your presence and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. Belike you thought our love would last too long if it were chained together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor, here's the note. How much the chain doth weigh to the utmost carat, the charge for fashion and fineness of the gold, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand debted to this gentleman. I pray you, see him presently discharged, as he is bound to see and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good senior, take the stranger to my house, and with you take the chain, and bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I will be there as soon as you.
Then you will take the chain to her yourself?
No, bear it with you, lest I come not time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, sir, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, sir, I pray you, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stay for this gentleman, and I to blame have held him here too long.
Good Lord! You use this Darius to excuse your breach of promise to the Porpentine. I should have chid you for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first begin to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me? The chain.
I give it to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, sir, you know I gave it to you even now. Either send the chain or send me by some token.
Aye, now you run this humor out of breath. Come, where's the chain? I pray you let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, say whether you'll answer me or no. If not, I shall leave him to this officer.
I answer you? What should I answer you?
The money you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
Come, you know I gave it you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, and so denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do, and charge you in the Duke's name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay the sum you owe me, or I attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee, that I never had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou dare.
Officer, here is thy fee. Arrest this man. I would not spare my brother in this case should he scorn me so apparently.
I do arrest you, sir. You hear the suit.
I do obey thee, till I give thee bail. But, sir, you shall buy this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop will earn.
Sir, I will have law in Ephesus. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
Master, there's a bark of Epidamnum that stays but till her owner comes aboard. And then, sir, she bears away. Our fortage I've conveyed aboard, and I've bought the oil, the balsamum, the aquavitae. The ship is in her trim. The merry wind blows fair from land. They stay for naught at all but for their owner, master, and yourself.
How now, a madman? Why, thou peavy sheep, what's up of Epidamnum stays for me?
Ship you set me to hire wafted.
Thou drunken slave, I sent thee for a rope and told thee to what purpose and what end?
You set me for a rope sender soon. You set me to the bay, sir, for a bar.
I will debate this matter at more leisure, and teach your ears to list with more heed. To Adriana, villain, hide thee straight. Give her this key, and tell her that in the desk that's covered over with Turkish tapestry there is a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her I'm arrested in the street and that shall bail me. Now hide thee, slave, be gone. On, officer, to prison till it comes.
To Adriana? That is where we dine. Where Dowsabel did claim me for a husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must against my will. For servants must their masters' minds fulfill.
Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightest thou perceive austerely in his eye that he did plead in earnest? Yea or no? Looked he or red or pale, or sad or merrily? What observation madest thou in this case of his heart's meteors tilting in his face?
First he denied you had in him no right.
He meant he did me none, the more my spite.
Then swore he was a stranger here.
And true he swore, though yet forsworn he were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
That love I begged for you, he begged of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Did speak him fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot nor I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere, vicious, ungentle, foolish, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, and worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is wailed when it is gone.
Oh, but I do think him better than I say, and would he in others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here goes the desk, the purse. Sweet now, make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Oh, where is thy master? Is he well?
No, he's in Tartar's limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him, one whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel.
Why then, what is the matter?
I know not the matter. He's rested on the case.
What? Is he arrested? Tell me at whose suit?
I know not at whose suit he's arrested well, but he's in a suit of buff which rested him, that can I tell. Will you send him, Mistress Redemption, the money in his desk?
Go fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that unknown to me he should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain, a chain. Do you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, the bell. 'Tis time that I were gone. It was 2 where I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back. Oh, that did I never hear.
Oh, yes. If any hour meets a sergeant, he turns back for very fear.
As if time were in debt. How fondly dost thou reason.
Time is a very bankrupt and knows more than he's worth to season. Nay, he's a thief, too. Have you not heard men say that time comes stealing on by night and day? If time be in debt and theft, and a sergeant in a way, hath he not reason to turn back an hour and a day?
Here, there's the money. Go, Dromio. Bear it straight and fetch thy master home immediately. Come, sister. I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit my comfort and my injury.
This man I meet, but does salute me as if I were their well-acquainted friend. And everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some others give me thanks for kindnesses, some offer me commodities to buy. Even now, a tailor called me in his shop and showed me silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers do inhabit here.
Master, here's the gold you sent me. For? What, have you got the picture of old Adam, new apparel?
What gold is this, and what Adam dost thou mean?
Not that Adam that keeps the paradise, but that Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes in the calfskin that was killed for the prodigal. He that came behind you, sir, like an evil angel, and bade you forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No, it is a plain case. He that went like a base vial in a case of leather. The man, sir, that when gentlemen are tired, gives them a sob and rests them.
Thou meanest an officer?
Aye, sir, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer it that breaks his band. He that thinks a gentleman always going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, they're resting your foolery. But say, is there any bark put forth may we be gone tonight?
Why, I brought you word an hour since. The bark expedition put forth tonight. And then you are hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoary delay. Here are the angels who sent forth to deliver you.
This fellow is distract, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence.
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see, sir, you've found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Avoid Satan, I charge thee, tempt me not.
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil.
Nay, she is worse, she is the devil's dam. And here she comes in the habit of a light wench, and thereof comes that the wenches say, God damn me, which is as much to say, God make me a light wench. For it is written, they appear to men like angels of light. Light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. Ergo light wenches will burn. Come not near.
You're a man and you are marvelous merry, sir.
Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do expect spoon meat, but speak a long spoon.
The wide, Romeo.
Marry, he must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend. What tell'st thou me of supping? Thou art as you all are, a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner. Or for my diamond, the chain you promised. And I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Some devils ask for the paring of one's nail, a rush of hair, a drop of blood, a pin, and not a cherry stone. But she more covetous would have a chain. Master, be wise, and if you give it her, the devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, witch. Come, Romeo, let us go.
Fly pride, says the peacock, mistress that you know.
Now, out of doubt, Antipholus is mad. Else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and other he denies me now. The reason I gather he is mad. And beside this present instant of his rage is a mad tale he told today at dinner of his own doors being shut against his entrance. Belike his wife, acquainted with his fits on purpose, shut the door. My way is now to hie home to his house and tell his wife that being lunatic, he rushed into my house and took to force my ring away. This course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fail me not, man, I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today, and will not lightly trust the messenger. That I should be attached in Ephesus, I tell you 'twill sound harshly in her ears. Here comes my man. I think he brings the money. Ah, now, sir, have you what I sent you for?
Here's that I wanted you will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, I gave the money for the rope, sir.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope.
I'll serve you, sir. 500 at the rate.
And to what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
To a rope's end, sir, and to that end did I return.
And to that end, sir, I welcome you.
No!
Good sir, be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Good, now hold thy tongue.
Nay, rather persuade him to hold his hand.
Horse and senseless villain.
Would I were senseless, sir, that I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so is an ass.
I am an ass indeed. You can prove it by my long ears. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at his hands for my service but blows. Oh, when I'm cold, he heats me with beating. When I'm warm, he cools me with beating. I wake with it when I sleep, rage with it when I sit, driven out of doors with it when I go from home, welcomed home with it when I return.
Come, go along, my wife is coming yonder.
Mistress! Rest me can't fit him. Respect your end, or rather to prophesy like a parrot. Beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
How say you now? Is not your husband mad? His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again, and I will plead you what you will demand.
Alas, how fiery and how sharp he looks.
Mark how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand, and let me feel your pulse.
There is my hand, and let it feel here.
Oh, I tried thee, Satan. Has it within this man to yield possession to my holy prayers, and to thy state of darkness hide thee straight? I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, Odin wizard, peace. I am not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not poor, distressed soul.
You minion, you! Are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face revel and feast in at my house, whilst upon me the guilty doors are shut and I denied to enter?
Oh, husband! God doth know you dined at home today. Where would you had remained free from these slanders in this open shame?
Dine at home! Now, Bella, now, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked up and I shut out?
Certes, your doors were locked and you shut out.
And did she not herself revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled you there.
Did not her kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Certes, she did. The kitchen vessel scorned you.
And did not I in rage depart from thence?
In verity, you did. My bones bear witness that since have felt the vigor of his rage.
It's good to soothe him in his contrary.
It is no shame. The fellow finds his vein, and yielding to a humorous wear his frenzy.
Thou hast suffered the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas! I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio, who came in haste for it.
Money
And
by
I
me?
would-
Heart and goodwill you might, but surely, master, not a rag of money.
Wentst thou not to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that you did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Mistress, both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say, wherefore didst thou lock me forth today? And why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not. Gentle husband locked thee forth.
And gentle master, I received no gold. But I do confess that we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakst false in both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all, and art confederate with our damned pack to make a loathsome abject scorn of me. But with these nails I'll pluck out those false eyes that would behold me in this shameful
Oh,
spot.
bind him, and come not near me! Look, Kevin! Beat me strongly!
And me, poor man, I'm pale and wan.
Bind
Thy jailer, thou art thy prisoner! Will thou suffer them to make a rescue?
Masters, let him go. He's my prisoner and you shall not have him.
Oh, you bind this man! But he is ready too! What wilt thou do, thou foolish officer? Hadst thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He's my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will discharge thee, ere I go from thee. Bear me forthwith unto his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see him safe conveyed home to my house. Almost on a happy day.
Oh, most unhappy strumpet!
Master, I am here entered in bond for
Oh,
you.
out on me, villain! Why must thou man?
Will you be bound for nothing, good master? Be mad! Try the devil!
I mean, poor souls, how idly do they
Go,
talk?
bad hands! Go you with me, sister. Say now whose suit he is arrested at.
The one Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say how grows it due?
Due for a chain your husband had of him.
He did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not.
When as your husband, all enraged, today came to my house and took away my ring, the ring I saw upon his finger now, straight after did I meet him with a chain.
It may be so, but I did never see it. Come, jailer, bring me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large. Ah! For thy mercy, they're loose again! Come with naked swords, let's call for help to have them bound again!
Go away, they'll kill him.
There, I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would be your wife now ran from you.
Let us to the centaur, fetch our stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, no, stay here this night, and they will surely do us no harm. You saw they speak us fair, give us gold. Methinks they are such a gentle nation, but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage of me, I could find it in my heart to stay here still and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town, therefore away to get our stuff aboard.
I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, but I protest he had detained me the most dishonestly doth he deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none that lives here in the city. Why his word not bear my wealth at any time?
Speak softly. Yonder is, I think, he, what?
Is so. And that self-chain about his neck which he forswore most monstrously to have. Stand near to me, sir, I'll speak to him. Master Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me to this shame and trouble. What for circumstance and also to deny that chain which now you wear so openly? Besides the shame, the charge, imprisonment, you've done wrong to this my honest friend. For staying on our controversy, it hoisted sail and put to sea today. That is the chain you had of me. Can you deny it?
Well, I think it is. I never did deny it.
That you did, sir, and forswore it, too.
Who were me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine, thou knowest did hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch. 'Tis pity thou liv'st to walk where any honest men resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou dare stand.
Though I dare and do defy thee for a villain.
For God's sake, he is mad! Some get within him, take his sword away, bind Romeo to and bear them to my house!
Run, master, run! For God's sake, take a house! Oh, this is some priory in New Year's
Right there! Quiet, people! Wherefore throng you hither? To fetch my poor distracted husband. Let us come in that we may bind him and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wit.
I am sorry now that I did draw on him.
How long hath this possession held the man? This week hath he been heavy, sour, sad, much different from the man he was. But till this afternoon his passion ne'er broke into extremity of rage. Hath not he lost much wealth by wreck of sea, buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection in unlawful love? Which of these sorrows is he subject to? To none of these, except it be the last, namely some love that drew him off from home. You should for this have reprehended him. Why, so I did. Aye, but not rough enough. As roughly as my modesty would let me. Haply in private? And in assemblies, too. Aye, but not enough. It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my urging it, aboard he fed not for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my theme. In company I often glanced it, still did I tell him it was vile and bad. And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman poisons more deadly than the mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and thereof comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings. Unquiet meals make ill digestions. It seems his sports were hindered by thy brawls. Sweet recreation, bard, what doth ensue but moody and dull melancholy? In food, in sport, and life-preserving rest to be disturbed with mad or man or beast. The consequence is then, thy jealous fits have scared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answer not?
She did betray me to mine own reproof. Good people, enter and lay hold on him. No, not a creature enters in my house. Then let your servants send my husband forth. Neither. He chose this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in the saying it. I will attend my husband, diet his sickness, be his nurse, for it is my office and will have no attorney but myself, and therefore let me have him home with me. Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers to make of him a formal man again. It is a branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of my order. Therefore depart, and leave him here with me. I will not hence leave my husband here, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife. Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duke of these indignities.
Come, go, I'll fall prostrate at his feet and never rise until my tears and prayers have won the Duke to come in person hither and take perforce my husband from the abbess.
By this I think the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure that the Duke himself in person comes this way to the melancholy vale, the place of death and sorry execution, behind the ditches of the abbey here.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusan merchant, who put unluckily into this bay against the laws and statutes of the town, beheaded publicly for his offense.
See where they come. We will behold his death.
Kneel unto the Duke before he pass the abbey.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace. Antipholus, my husband, whom I made lord of me and all I had at your important letters, this ill day a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately he hurried through the streets, with him his bondman, all as mad as he, doing displeasure to the citizens, rushing in their houses, bearing thence rings, jewels, anything his rage did like. Once did I get him bound, whilst to take orders for the wrongs I went, that here and there his fury had committed. Anon, I wot not by what strong escape, he broke from those that had guard of him, and with his mad attendant himself, with drawn swords met us again, and madly bent on us, chased us away, till raising of more aid we came again to bind them. Then they fled into this abbey, whither we pursued them. And here the lady abbess shuts the gates on us, will not suffer us to fetch him out, nor send him forth that we may bear him hence for his recovery. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Mistress! Shift and save yourself! My master and his man are both broke loose, beaten the maids a row and bound the doctor, whose beard they have singed off with brands of fire. And ever as it burned, they threw on him great pails of puddled mire to quench the hair. My master preaches patience to him, and the while his man with scissors nicks him like a fool. And sure, unless you send some present aid between them, they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool! Thy master and his man are here, and that thou dost report to us is false.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true. I have not breathed since I did see it. Mistress, I hear him fly. Begone!
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard with halberds!
Ah, he hit my husband! Oh, look you how he is borne about invisible. Even now we housed him in the abbey here, and now he's here. Past thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious Duke, oh grant me justice, even for the service that long since I did thee.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, she whom thou gavest to me to be my wife. Beyond imagination are the wrongs that she this day has shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shut the doors upon me, while she with harlots feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, my good lord. He, my sister, and myself today did dine together. So befall my soul as is his fault, he burdens me with all.
Mammy, I look on day nor sleep on night, but she tells to your highness the simple truth.
No perjured woman. They are both forsworn, and that the madman justly chargeth them.
My liege, I am advised in what I say, albeit my wrongs might make one wiser man. This woman locked me out this day from dinner, and that goldsmith there, were he not packed with her, could witness it, for he was with me then. Who parted with me to go fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together. Our dinner done, and he not coming thither, I went to seek him. In the street I met him, and in his company that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down, that I this day of him received a chain, which God he knows I saw not, for the which he did arrest me with an officer. I did obey, and sent my peasant home for certain ducats, he with none returned. Then fairly I bespoke the officer to go in person with me to my house. And by the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. Along with them they brought one Pitch, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a mere anatomy, a mountebank, a threadbare juggler, a fortune-teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch, a living dead man. And this pernicious slave, forsooth, took on himself as a conjurer, and gazing in mine eyes, feeling my pulse, cries out I was possessed. Then altogether they fell upon me, bound me, bore me thence, and in the dark and dankish vault at home there left me and my man both bound together. Till gnawing with my teeth my bonds in sunder, I gained my freedom, and immediately ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech to give me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, in truth, thus far I witness with him that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
And besides, I'll be sworn these ears of mine heard you confess you had the chain of him after you first tore sword on the mart. And thereupon I drew my sword on you, and then you fled into this abbey here. From whence, I think, you are come by miracle.
I never came within these abbey walls, nor ever didst thou draw thy sword on me. I never saw the chain, so help me heaven, and this is false you burden me withal.
Why, what an intricate impeach is this? If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he could not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that saying.
Sirrah, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her there at the Porpentine.
He did. And from my finger snatched that ring.
Oh, 'tis true, my liege. This ring I had of her.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go call the abbess hither. I think you are all mated or stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply I see a friend may save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusian, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? And is not this your bondman Dromio?
Within this hour I was his bondman, sir, but he, I thank him, gnawed in two my cords, and now I am Dromio and his man unbound.
I'm sure you, both of you, remember me.
Ourselves we do remember, sir, by you, for lately we were bound as you are now. Pray, you are not Pinch's patient, are you?
Why look you strange on me? You know me well.
I never saw you in my life till now.
Oh, grief hath changed me since you saw me last. And careful hours with time's deformed hand have written strange defeatures in my face. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, know thou?
No, sir, nor I.
I'm sure thou dost.
But I'm sure I do not. And whatsoever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Not know my voice. O time's extremity, hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue, that here my only son knows not my feeble key of untuned cares? Though now this grained face of mine be hid, yet hath my night of life some memory, my wasting lamp some fading glimmer left, my dull deaf ears a little used to hear. All these old witnesses I cannot err. Tell me thou art my son Antipholus.
I never saw my father in my life.
But 7 years since in Syracuse, boy, thou knowest we parted. But perhaps, my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery.
The Duke and all that know me in the city can witness that it is not so. I ne'er saw Syracuse in my life.
I tell thee, Syracusian, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracuse.
Most mighty Duke! Behold a man much wronged. I see 2 husbands, or mine eyes deceive me.
One of these men is genius to the other, and so of these. Which is the natural man and which the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, sir, am Dromio. Command him away.
I, sir, am Dromio. Pray let me stay.
A Gian art thou not?
Oh, my
or else
old
his ghost.
My old master, who hath bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will loose his bonds and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegean, if thou beest the man that hadst the wife once called Amelia, that bore thee at a burthen 2 fair sons. Oh, if thou beest the same Aegean, speak, and speak unto that same Amelia.
Why, here begins his morning story right. These 2 Antipholus, these 2 so like, and these 2 Dromios, one in semblance. These are the parents to these children, which accidentally are met together.
If I dream not thou art Amelia, if thou art she, tell me, where is the son that floated with thee on the fatal raft?
By men of Epidamnum, he and I and the twin Dromio all were taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth by force took Dromio, my son, from them, and me they left with those of Epidamnum. What then became of them, I cannot tell. To this fortune that you see me in.
Antipholus, you came from Corinth first.
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stand apart. I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth, sir.
And I with him.
Brought to this town by that most famous warrior, Duke Menaphon, your most renowned uncle.
Which of you 2 did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I. Yet she did call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. And what I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good, if this be not a dream I see in here.
Sir, that is the chain you had of me.
Well, I think it is. I deny it not.
And you, sir, for that chain arrested me.
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
No, not by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio, my man, did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was stayed for him, and he for me, and thereupon these errors I arose.
Well, these ducats pawn I for my father here.
It shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have that diamond from you.
Well, here, take it. And much thanks for your good cheer.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and all that are assembled in this place that by this sympathized one day's error have suffered wrong, go, keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I begun in travail of you, my sons, until this present hour my heavy burthen ne'er delivered. The Duke, my husband, and my children both. Oh, and you, the calendars of their nativity, go to a gossip's feast, and go with me, after so long grief, such nativity
gossipity.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
Master, shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
Dromio, what stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Why, the things that lay host up at the Centaur, sir.
He speaks to me. I am your master, Dromio. Come, go with us, we'll look to that anon. Embrace thy brother there, rejoice with him.
There's a fat friend at your master's house that kitchened me for you today at dinner. Now she shall be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my glass and not my brother. I see by you that I am a sweet-faced youth. Will you walk in to see their gossiping?
Oh, not I, sir. You are my elder.
That is a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw lots for the senior. Till then, thou lead first.
Nay, then thus. We came into the world like brother and brother. Now let's go hand in hand, not one before another.